orientation is locked. Why is it locked? I don't know, guys, why my orientation is locked. What do you take off again? Alright, it seems as though I'm gonna have to twist my screen, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Because it's telling me that my orientation is locked. Hi guys, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. And we are going to read today. I am gonna put 2 words on the board. So as you guys come in, you can take a look at the words that are on screen. Those are the words that we are going to be focusing on. We'll just wait a few minutes for persons to come in and join. Okay, I see that we have one person who has joined us. Thank you so much for joining. We are awaiting more persons to join. Then we're going to begin the live. Please give the live a thumbs up. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please give the live a thumbs up. We are going to be reading English today. Remember that we are practicing pronunciation. We are practicing how to decode the words and vocabulary. So you would learn the vocabulary for the words also. Please type in the comment section, guys. Say hello in the comment section. Let me know where you are viewing from. Thank you, guys. Please type in the comment section. Let me know where you are viewing from. Thank you for being here. Let me know where you're viewing from in our comment section. Okay, so I think that we have enough persons here to begin. Please give the live a thumbs up. In the comment section, you guys can say where you're from. That would be nice to know where you're from. Okay. All right, so we are going to begin now. Let me know that you guys can hear me well also. So my apologies if you're watching from a tablet and you're not able to see the screen as big as you should. Let's begin. We have 2 words on the screen. These 2 words, they say the same sound. However, these 2 words, different rules apply to them. Hence, you would notice that despite they are the same sound and also they begin with the same letter, that they have 2 different meanings. So let's look at our first word. Let's take a look at the first one. W makes the sound W. The H stays silent, so we can put the W and H together. W and H together says W. The H is silent in this word, not in every word, Because when you have a word like this one, the rule would be opposite. The W would stay silent and the H would make the sound. So this word would say, oh, the E is silent, and so the E gives power to the O to call its name. So in this word, the WH makes a song like H. So you hear, that's the song you hear. All right? If you think you get it, say me. If you think you get it, say me. All right, so the A makes the sound A, and the L makes the sound L. The E at the end is silent. So with this word, we hear W, ale, W, ale, whale. Only 3 songs. WH, then the A makes a long song calling its name because the E at the end is silent and give power to the A to call its name. So we hear A, W, A, L, whale. Let's look at this word now. This word, the W makes the sound W. The AI makes the sound A. The I is silent and the A makes a long song, calling its own name. So we hear A and then L. Put it together, we'll hear W, ale, W, ale, whale, whale. Now you would have heard the word whale before. Think about how you have heard that word. Or what did you hear the word to mean before? When you heard the word, what did it mean then? I'm so sorry. Those of you who are still with me, connected, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so think about it. I want you guys to think about it, what you have heard the word whale to mean before. When you heard the word, what did it mean? Okay, so I'm gonna help you to understand the difference between the 2 words because they both sound the same, different spelling, and also different meaning. Different spelling and different meaning. All right, so let's get to it. Whale, this first one, means like the animal that lives in the sea. So that animal, I want you to be able to see, that animal that lives in the sea, that creature that is a mammal that we call a whale. Yeah, that's it there. That creature that we call a whale that lives in the sea. This one spells that word. Okay? This one spells that word. Now, let's look at the next one. What other whale do you know? What other whale do you know? What other whale do you know? All right, well, let's take it to another degree. So the next whale is like when somebody makes a loud cry. When you make a loud cry, you call it a whale. When you make a loud cry, you call it a whale. So a loud cry, you know those very loud cry, extremely loud, you call it whale. Whale. Whale also means the same as weeping. Whale also means the same as weeping. Like when you cry, Whale also mean that. Okay? All right, so do you think you know the difference now? If you think you know the difference, put a thumbs up in the comment section. If you think you know the difference now, put a thumbs up in the comment section, so I can know that you know the difference between the two words. Between whale, as in the animal. So remember, the one with the animal spells with WH. Okay? Or a good way that you can remember that one is by saying that you see the word hail. A good way that you can say that you remember the word whale, as in the animal, is to see hail, like inhale. Remember? Inhale. So when you take in air, breathe in air, that means you inhale. So you can actually see the hail spelling there in the word whale. And this would help you to know that this one would go with the animal, okay? That you use this one with the animal. The one that you can see hailing as in inhale. The next one, whale, you can see ale in the word whale, as in the one where you cry. So like when you have an ailment, So here you have ale, like ailment. And with that one, you can realize that this is the word that would mean when you cry. Okay? Because we know what ailment means. When somebody is ailing, right? Or when they have an ailment, what does it mean? It simply means that they are in pain or they are in trouble. Or we can say that they are in distress or they are worrying. All right? That's what the word ail means. So then we can use that to remind us that this would be wail, crying out loud. And this one we can see ail, like when you're in pain. While for the animal whale, we see hail, like inhale, when you take in air into your body. All right? So that's the trick in getting to know the difference between the two words. So there you have the trick, how you can know the difference between the two words. All right? Think you got it? If you got it, type thumbs up in the comment section. If you think you got it, type a thumbs up in the comment section, guys, if you think you got it. All right? Okay, guys. So, let's continue. Let's continue. All right. So now let's make sentences with those words and try to use the words in the correct context. We are going to make sentences with them, trying to use them in the correct situation or context. And I would want you to also try to make a sentence using them now that we are going to practice reading them in sentences and also reading by learning the vocabulary for the word. So let's go ahead. Sorry. We're going to use both of them first in sentences. All right, I have to get you guys to see. All right, there we have it. So this is what we are going to read. So I'm just going to stabilize our board. Okay, so you can see. First, whenever you're reading, always be careful to look for the words that you have studied. So we studied this one. Can you find the other one? We also studied this one. When we look at these two words, we already know them. This one says whale, as in the animal. We just studied that word a while ago. And we said a way to know it is to look for hail, like when you breathe in air or inhale. Okay? This one is also whale. However, we added S to it. So now we'll say whales, whales. With this one, this word ail means pain. So this can help us to know that this wail is like the loud cry. When somebody cry out very loud, and they would have lots of tears because they're crying, okay? So they'll have a frown on their face because they're crying with lots of tears. Do you agree? All right, okay. So whale as in the animal, the mammal in the sea. Wail as in a loud cry or weep. Let's now look at the words that we do not know, or some of them you may know them very well. However, let's take a look at these words so that we can learn them. We already learned that WH can say w, w. Like in whale, we hear the W and the H is silent. This is also the same in this word. So the W makes the sound, the H stays silent. Together, we hear w, w. When the W and H is together, we hear w. Only one time, w. Then here's a rhyme. N, N, N. This is a rhyme, N. So we sound out each letter and then we put them together to make the word, the rhyme, N, like in the word 10. So if you know the word 10, it also has that rhyme, N, T, N, 10. Are we okay so far? Do you think we are okay so far? Okay. So now let's put the word together. We hear 3 songs, right? What are the 3 songs? W, N, W, N, W, N. When. 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 This word says when. When you hear the word when, you're asking for a time. When you hear the word when, you're asking for a time. When you hear the word when, you're asking for a time. Hi, hero. How are you doing? When you hear the word when, you're asking for a time. When you hear the word when, you're asking for a time. Okay? Let's keep going. Do we know this word? This is a very easy word. But we are not going to take it to be over too easy, right? We are not going to take it to be over too easy. So we hear it, it. This word is it. That word is also used as a rhyme in bigger words. Then we hear is. The S makes a sound like Z. So we hear z. is. All right. Is. And our word here, we have st. S and T together makes a blend. St. S and T together. St. The blend is st, like in the word stop. O and R together says or. St. Or. Storm. Storm. St. Storm. And then Y at the end, it can say I or E. Which one should we use? Should we say stormy or should we say stormy? Which one is correct? Please type in the comment section. Let me know which one is correct. What should we say? Should we say stormy or stormy? Which is correct? If you are thinking stormy, then you are correct. So we are going to use the E sound. We're going to be using the E sound. If it's the name of someone, maybe that person can have the name Stormy. However, in English, this word would be called stormy. Stormy. So you hear the S and T together, st, O and R, or storm. Then you add the Y that makes the E sound at the end there. And so you have stormy. So you have stormy. Good. Are we doing good so far? Let me know what you think. Stormy. All right, so now we are familiar with all the words except for this one. This one. Do you know that word? If you know it, please type yes in the comment section so I can know that you know the word. Please type yes if you know that word. This one. Okay. Well, I am not seeing anybody typing yes. But let's go ahead now and try to get the word together. This word can have two different pronunciations. When it comes before a consonant, it makes a different sound compared to when it comes before a word that begins with a vowel sound. All right, so let's see a word like this one. Let's just use a simple word. Egg. Let's use the word egg. We see a vowel at the beginning. In this one, this is a consonant. Words that begin with letters that are not vowel. They are not A, E, I, O, and U. Then you would use the sound D. D. That's where the TH makes a sound like D. And the E makes a short sound where it says So hence, this says D when it comes before words that begin with consonant. And consonants are all the letters that are not vowel. However, whenever there is a vowel sound, the sound for this word would change, or the pronunciation would change. This word would now say tongue between your teeth, a soft sound. So we hear and then we hear E. So the vowel now is going to take a long sound. That's why it calls its own name. So we're going to hear E, E, the. All right. So remember, this is not a vowel beginning in this word. It's not a vowel beginning. So we would say D. We would say D, not D. D. All right. So I hope that you have learned all the words. Now let's call the words. What is this one again? Can you remember this one? Whale, whale, whale. This one, whale. How about this one? Whales, whales. And this one? Is. What about this one? It. And this one? Stormy. Storm. The Y at the end makes the E sound. OR says O. Stormy. Stormy. What about this one? Because our letter after our word begins with a consonant. Remember, when a word begins with a consonant after this word, we say the. When it begins with a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U, that's when we say D. So if you said the, then you're correct. How about this one? When. Remember, the word when gives a time. When gives a time. Okay, so when is a question word that asks for a time. All right, so you guys are doing very well. What does the word stormy means? Stormy. Here in my country, we might have a storm tomorrow. We might have a storm tomorrow. Here in my country, we might have a storm tomorrow. And so it would be very stormy. It would be very stormy. Okay? So it is true. So I am not joking. It is true that it's possible for us to have a storm tomorrow. Okay? And stormy would mean that you have a lot of strong winds, you would have rain, you would have thunder, and you would also have lightning. In the case of those who live in places where it snows, then they would have snow, okay? So like, for example, you have a snowstorm, you can also say that it is stormy, okay? So when there's a storm, the place gets very wild. Lots of wind, rain, thunder, lightning. Sometimes you may have one, sometimes you may have two or three, sometimes you may have two. It depends on what the weather is like. Okay? So let's remember what the word means. Wail, as in the animal, the mammal. Wail, as in when you cry, you feel pain. Wail. Here we see the word ail, which means when you are in pain. So this would help us to remember that this wail is the wail when you make a loud cry or when you weep. This one, we can see hail in it, like when you inhale or breathe in. This would help us to remember that this is talking about an animal that can use its lungs to breathe in air. Okay? When, remember that is asking you for a time. When are you going to school? When. We have the word it, is, and the word the. In this case, we hear the. If there was a vowel, we'll hear D. Okay, now let's try to read this sentence fluently. Let's try to read this sentence fluently. So, let's go ahead. The whale wails when it is stormy. Let's read it again. The whale wails when it is stormy. Now let's try to read it at a quicker pace. The whale wails when it is stormy. The whale wails when it is stormy. Now let's add some more expression. Because the word wails, we want to put more stress on that word. We want to emphasize it to know that that is a loud cry or it is a strong cry. The whale wails when it is stormy. The whale wails when it is stormy. What do you think about that? Remember, we're trying to put more emphasis on the word. Do you think we have that together? Should we practice it one more time? Practice it one more time, then we're going to see if we know the words. So if you know the words, you can come up on screen and you can read them for me to show that you know them. I would just point on any word just like that, and you would call them to show that you have mastered the words. Let's go. The whale wails when it is stormy. Okay, one more time. The whale wails when it is stormy. All right, so you have done a good job. Let's now call the words. See what we have missed. What's this one? When. Very good. The whale. Stormy. It is whales. That was good. If you were able to call all those words, you did an awesome job. Let's now call them together by reading fluently. Let's now call them by reading fluently. If you were able to call all those words, let's see how many of them you can call. Okay? How many do you think you might be able to call? This one? Whale. Very good. When. Whales. Stormy. Is. It. The. Wow, you guys did an awesome job. So if you were able to call all those words, you did very well. So now let's go ahead and read the sentence together. Do you think you can read it now along with me fluently? The whale wails when it is stormy. The whale wails when it is stormy. Let's read it again. The whale wails when it is stormy. All right, that's putting more expression into your reading. When you put more expression into your reading, it helps others to understand different parts of your reading without you telling them. Okay? It would help others to understand different parts of your reading without you even saying anything to them. All right, so that's one sentence down. Should we do another one? Should we do another one for practice? Or you guys think you understand it? Because we're only reading for half an hour. So do you guys think you have it together, or should we do one more for practice? If you want one more for practice, let's see you type that in the comment section. If you guys want one more for practice. If you guys want one more for practice, you have to type it in the comment section. Let's see, you type it in the comment section, guys. One more for practice. Say one more for practice. I need to see that you guys want to do it and not just me doing it, okay? One more for practice. Type it in the comment section, guys. One more for practice. Say one more for practice. One more for practice, please. One more for practice, please. That's funny, right? I know it's funny. All right, so let's just go over our words and then we are going to stop there for today. So remember the key things about each of our word. This is just for memory. Whale as in the animal that lives in the sea, that is a mammal. We see hail, like inhale, which helps us to remember that animals or people, they take in air in their lungs, and so some animals through their gills. And so this is the word that is being used, inhale. And hail can help us to know that this is talking about the animal. WH makes the sound W. The W make the sound, the H stays silent in this word. But remember, WH can also say, right? Where the H make the sound, the W stays silent. Then we hear A because the E is at the end silent, so it gives power to the A to call its name. And then we hear L. Together we have W, ale, whale. That's whale in the sea. Our next whale, we hear W. The A makes a sound, the I stays silent. Together, they make this A sound. A and I here makes the A sound. W, ale, whale. The L makes a sound, L. Together we hear W, ale, whale. And this whale is like a cry or it's like weeping. Okay? It's like a loud cry or like weeping. If you guys want any more sentences, type in the comment section that you want more sentences so that I can do other sentences. Otherwise than that, we're going to stop the live here now because we have completed our objective to learn a word that sounds the same, spelled different, but has the same spelled different and also has different meaning. All right? So just keep on practicing. All right, keep practicing. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope that I would see you in class again soon. So thank you. And I hope to see you in class again soon. Make sure to share our live with others so that they can learn from these lives too. Okay? Don't forget, make sure to share the live with others so they can learn from the live too. If there's anything that you guys would want to see, especially on the live, please type in the comment section and tell me what are some of the things that you would want to see so that we can also have those on the live that it may be able to benefit you guys. All right? Take care now. Keep blooming. And of course, don't forget, bloom in love. And may God bless you. I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for being here.